Hello and welcome to the Craft Papa Show. Today we're going to be casting one of these out of clear resin. This is a Klingon bird of prey from this model kit. You may have seen it in the previous episode or two. And we'll be making it look cloaked. You know, the Klingons had the cloaking device and they were able to make their ship invisible. So I'm thinking either clear or clear with like just a touch of green maybe. And here we go. Alright, so we're going to start out with a little bit of a base of the ComposiMold. And this will just kind of sink the bird of prey in there, because I'm pretty sure it's going to float. So I'm letting it cool down a little bit. While it's cooling, I'm putting in some air vents. This will allow the resin to get into all the high points, like the struts at the top there. I'm putting that one on right there. And the high point of the bridge area is another one we need to put another straw on, or air vent. There we go. And then I started adding on more ComposiMold, but it wasn't secured all the way yet, so it started to float a little bit. So I had to go and put that into the freezer for about a half hour or so to let it firm up a little bit and really attach. So this is out of the freezer. You can see it's not moving at all. This is next day or later that day. I think we put it back in the freezer. And just the demold process. Taking the old food container off. A lot of times you can't save these. The plastic's so thin, it's hard to reuse it. You can do it if you have more time. Or some mold release helps too, to get the ComposiMold off of the plastic. You know, however you want to do it. I just like to cut it off because I got like 5 of these. Alright, so now we're getting the knife out. And we want to do a real horizontal cut here. I'm trying to follow the seam line of the edge. You know, that'll be hard to see. It'll be hard to see anyways because it's cloaked. So we're just cutting it. And you want to try, if you can, leave one side uncut. That'll help to lay the mold back down on itself. You cut that completely in half, and you might have a lot of flashing. And here we are pulling the mold apart. And we're just cutting it out. Take your time. And the more of these kind of flanges you cut into the mold, the better it'll link together, which is nice. And also, because it's a model, you can take the pieces off to get it out, which also makes it easier. Not a one solid piece like an action figure or something. So here we go. We got it all out. We're taping it up here. This will prevent the resin or slow it down from getting out of the mold. This is a little bit later. This is I had a little bit left on one of my gallons of resin, so I was hoping I had enough to do this. And I did have enough of part A, but not a part B. So you can see here I'm just using up the last of it, of part A. And here is part B, and as you can see, there is nowhere near enough. So what I did is I tapped into another bottle of part B, hoping that they were compatible. They're different brands. So we'll see. They were both 50-50 mixes, so I figured they were probably fine to do that with. And we're just mixing up the resin. And I'm putting this on top in case it leaks. On a tapered surface, I found a lot of times you get leaks. I don't know why. On a flat surface that you cut through, a lot of times it doesn't leak that much, or just a little bit, and the tape can cover it. So we're just finishing up the mix. You know resin is done when it's super clear. And here I'm pouring into the vent holes. So what I was hoping is it would have poured in a lot better. It took a long time to pour in here. So eventually I shut the camera off, but I kept pouring and working it, or this would be a really long video. You can see it it just sucks it in just a little bit, and the surface tension prevents the rest of the resin to go into the hole, because the holes are so small. I should have maybe put the vent holes where I could have cut them off and made them bigger, but I put them directly on the bottle. Probably not the best idea. I don't know. All right, let's see what we got. Okay. Now I had a bunch of the resin go all over the top of the mold, which is kind of nice because it'll you can tell if it's ready, and it is. Let's get some of this off if we can. All right, let's check it out. Oop. Wow. You can barely see it. That came out really good. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get it on the stand here, hold on. I think that's about a perfect cloak. Hey, thank you so much for watching. You all have a good day, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye-bye.